From the capital city of Charleston, West Virginia, this is Inside West Virginia Politics with Mark Curtis. Inside West Virginia Politics is brought to you by AARP West Virginia, your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State.
Welcome to Inside West Virginia Politics. I'm Adrienne Robbins. Mark Curtis will be joining us shortly. This week we are talking about all things high-tech here in West Virginia. So of course we had to come here to the high-tech park off I-79. And joining me now is Jim Estep, CEO and President of the West Virginia High-Tech Foundation. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Why don't we just start off by talking about the foundation and the importance of it here in West Virginia?
Well, the foundation is focused and dedicated to pursuing economic diversification. But more than just economic diversification, we're focused on economic diversification in the knowledge sector, which is a sector that the state has been weak in for many decades and a sector that we have to build.
You know, we talk so much about economic diversification here in West Virginia. You're not talking about getting away from coal, though.
That's absolutely correct. And I think what most people don't understand is for the state's economy to be healthy, it has to be balanced. We have to have a diversification of industry. So we want coal to be as strong as it can. We want to make the absolute most we can out of the petrochemical. We want to try to grow a timber industry. But the one sector that we absolutely have to build is the knowledge sector. And the reason is because West Virginia has, for many years, had a very weak or imbalanced workforce demographic. Our workforce has had very little educational attainment, and that has kept us at 50th for probably 50 or 60 years. So the only way we're going to solve that is building the knowledge sector.
So how do we build this knowledge sector? Obviously, it starts with some of these federal partnerships that you're doing here at the high-tech park.
Well, that's absolutely correct. Ultimately, we want the companies, the knowledge sector companies, to come in and employ knowledge workers. But they're only going to come in if there's a business reason for them to do so. Now, a lot of companies will go to a location that has strong workforce attainment, workforce educational attainment. We don't have that. So we've taken a different approach to recruit federal operations in that spend tens of millions a year on technology-related work, and then that in turn creates a business case for these companies to want to come here. And then they come here and they offer the jobs that we're trying to build.
And I see a lot of construction going on when I was driving into the high-tech park. Tell me about some of the things that you guys are working on and what's in the pipeline coming up next.
Well, we're really excited. We just began moving dirt today, as a matter of fact, for the new road system into Phase 3 of the park. And Phase 3 is important because it opens up a whole bunch of pads that we are literally offering for free to the federal anchors that we're trying to get to come here.
And when they come here, obviously, then the hope is that they put out contracts and we get other businesses here as well.
Exactly. Just as I said, every time we recruit one of these federal operations, it has an exponential impact on the business case we're trying to grow. So anything I can do to get them to come here, offering free land, whatever, then that's what I'm going to do.
And obviously WVU is up here. We have Marshall in the state as well. A lot of students coming out. How do you make sure that they stay here in West Virginia, and how do you get some people who maybe left West Virginia because the opportunities weren't here when they graduated to come back?
Well, that's an excellent point. I think as it stands right now, we can virtually hire every technology-oriented graduate from every school in the state as it is today. I mean, we have probably 75 jobs available here in the park today. The FBI has at least 100. So we can hire all of them, but there's a lot of jobs that require somebody with a 2, 3, 4 years of experience. And what we really want to do is start recruiting home ex-West Virginians who pursued a technology degree but didn't have a job that they could go into in the state, and they live someplace else. We want them to come home to fill the jobs we're growing, and so they can be back with their families.
So we have less than a minute left. What's something that you would want people at home to know about here at the high-tech park?
Well, I hope that everybody understands that what we're doing is probably the most important economic development initiative in the state. We've been 50th for so long that I think everybody's tired of it, and therefore, as part of our diversification effort, I hope everybody understands that we have to build the knowledge sector, we have to create jobs for folks with higher educational attainment, and we need to make that our top priority, no matter how successful we are in expanding the petrochemical industry or how stabilized the coal industry gets.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for right now, Mr. Estep. Thank you so much for being here this week. We're going to have much more talk on high tech here in West Virginia coming up after the break.